And part 3.
For envelope folding extravaganza. I'm sure it's very interesting to watch us fold envelopes.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're not folding the envelopes.
Oh,
We're folding the letters.
I'm
that are
stuffing
going
the envelope.
inside of the envelope.
So we'll be finishing, hopefully finishing Plymouth White Marsh's show tonight. Green flags are supposed to be done. We're supposed to be doing that. So,
Well, that's good.
any other reaction on any other sort of TV, entertainment, news? Any opinions on anything else?
I haven't really watched. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up with it too much. I mean, I did see. What did I see on CNN earlier? That obviously CNN's concern isn't really covering the entertainment world too diligently.
As we pull up CNN.
Yeah, as I'm looking. But that's usually where I go. I mean, I'm always at CNN.com. Well, there it is, the front page.
Front page, CNN.
Bears will lose custody of children.
Yeah. Such a shame.
That's a shame. I did read about, like, I guess a photo gallery that Elton John owns was shut down in England because it had a picture of 2 young girls that were naked, and so now those pictures are being investigated because of possible violation of child pornography rules. Or
what is his involvement? Does he just owns it?
he owns it. A British gallery that turned over a photo of 2 naked girls to police amid child pornography concerns has closed the exhibition at the request of Elton John, who owns the collection.
He closed it.
Yeah.
He made this choice.
Yeah. I feel though that he may not have really. I don't know. I mean, I guess he would know if that picture was there, but
He might not. I mean, if he just owns something.
he did say though that, or he or somebody made a statement though that the pictures had been on display throughout Europe and the United States, and there was never a question. And apparently, the picture's entitled "Clara and Etta Belly Dancing."
Wow.
So,
Well, good for him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, good for him.
I suppose.
He probably did the right thing at least to, like, check it out. Hey, we're going to close this down just so I can check it out.
Right. It's kind of weird that they would close down the whole thing and not just take out that one photo, but.
Yeah. Depends on what the other photos were. Maybe they're investigating child pornography claims.
True. The other photos are evidence.
The other photos are evidence. George Michael apparently is trying to cut down on his marijuana use. He, George Michael gone through a lot of problems. His partner, many, many years, died. Shortly after that, his mother died. Like, this is obviously years ago. And he had to deal with coming out, and he wasn't ready to come out.
Well, there's also like, he was thought or concerned that he might have HIV or AIDS.
He's never been tested.
But he thinks he may have it.
Yeah, his partner died.
Right.
So he's never been tested, and he won't get tested. He has said he does not want to get tested, which is an awful thing to say and do, because he said he can't bear the weight between, like, when you, like, get the blood drawn or when you get the swab done. He can't bear the weight of those results. But, like, nowadays this can come within, like, an hour or something like that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like,
It used to be like weeks.
yeah.
And then it was like
I've been
days.
There. I've been there.
You have.
Yes. When I first started dating Chris, well, I was, sort of a promiscuous fellow before I dated Chris. And I was actually very concerned. I was legitimately concerned. I mean, I didn't have any, like, necessary reason to think that I should be concerned, but I felt concerned. So we had been dating for about 6 months, and that's how long you're supposed to, like, go in between tests and all that kind of stuff, because that's how long the virus can take to, like, incubate or whatever. I don't know what the proper term is. So I was working for an AIDS service organization at the time who did not do testing, by the way, which was very strange. But so I went to this one place to get testing. They said they didn't do it on that day. They did it on another day. then I could go to this other place to get tested, which was like 2 blocks away. So like my heart is already like in my throat. I go, I get tested. That was back when it did take a week. Blood was drawn. It would take a week to get the results back, and I have to say that week alone is enough to like make you be as safe as possible, like ever. Like it just is a horrific experience. Like probably if you ever like if you're safe and you know it's not as bad. But like if you have even the minute possibility of that, it's not a fun time. It's just not. It's really just not. It was really horrific. And like I went through a lot. Like whether I was going to tell Chris I did it or like.
Did you tell him?
Yeah, I called him like right after I was done. I told him and I was like, oh my god, like I was like shaking like a leaf, and I've never been so scared before in my life. It was really awful. Really, it was really awful.
I was tested for other STDs, but never for that. And I remember being really nervous because you don't ever consider yourself the type of person. You always think it's not going to be you.
Right.
But
right.
there's once you've had testing and you're waiting for results, then you start to realize it could be me.
Right.
And it's not because you're a slut or
right. Right.
It's just because even one time can be enough.
Right.
So.
Right. I don't know. It's enough to make you not do it anymore. Like it really just is. Like it's really just completely awful. I don't know. So yeah.
So George Michael.
Sorry.
Cutting back on.
He's going to lessen his marijuana use.
It's recreational.
Oh yeah. I mean, what else? He went through a lot of depression and all that kind of stuff, and with his lover dying and his mom dying, and then he got into this depression. He was outed, and he didn't want to be outed. Like the whole 9 yards. Like it's a lot, and I can get that. Like even losing one person, but let alone 2, and like a short time span is like a lot. And he went through a lot. And like as a celebrity, you go through a lot. I don't really know, but I would assume you go through a lot, and it's probably got to be hard. And turning to like drugs to like escape, whether it's Britney or Lindsay or George Michael or whomever, like turning to drugs is probably a very viable option because it just sort of like numbs you to everything, and you don't care if your picture's being taken like every 2 seconds.
No.
Like I couldn't even imagine, but at the same time they're also getting paid for it. So I think they're kind of like they've asked for it. You know what I mean? Like, because you look at some celebrities. I don't know. I think America Ferrera was on The View yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and she was saying, they were questioning her, like, there's never this like public eye. You never see her out. She's like, I just wasn't raised like that. Like, she's like, I put my furniture on sale on Craigslist when I first got a brand new job or whatever, brand new acting gig, and she's like, my publicist called me and yelled at me because she's like, you can't do that anymore. And she's like, I don't understand why. Like, should she like? So I think that there are celebrities that kind of like do lay low, and kind of lay low on purpose and just have a normal life. But then there are the celebrities that like want to be in the public eye. I mean, Victoria Beckham and whatever his name is, her husband, Posh Spice and David Beckham.
Right.
Like they obviously want to be in the public eye like non-stop. And look what has gotten them. They're like the hottest couple, and they're every time they're photographed, taking a dump. And so that sort of stuff makes sense. Okay, yeah. You asked for it.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely do. It is a responsibility that you're taking on whether you want to or not.
But you don't have to be like out there in it.
Paper cut!
Oh no, paper cut.
Ouch, that hurt.
You don't have to be out there up in it. I mean, okay, even like Christina Aguilera, who's like, hugely famous, and okay, she's pregnant right now. She's not like photographed every single day.
Running around the streets of LA drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my take on celebrity deliciousness.
Okay.
So thus probably brings us a wrap on our part 3. We'll get these posted up. I'll get the other things posted up. We're almost done stuffing things too, so that's fantastic. And we'll talk to you again soon. Yeah. Bye.